Skinny girls weak, them hoes don't compare. Junk in the trunk looking like 2 pairs. Woo, got me hotter than a sauna. Ass so fat, make me wanna thank your mama. Ass so fat, I think I need a lap dance. Ass so fat, about to pop out of them pants.
Hey guys, so I'm starting a new segment on my channel where I show you guys fun, easy, inexpensive DIY projects. Fun fact about me, I love to do crafts. I do a lot of them all the time. Some of the things you guys ask me about, like stuff around my house, is actually stuff that I made. So I figured it'd be cool if, I show you guys some of the stuff that I make and, make some videos and just add some new content to this channel. This design here is loosely inspired by Dazzling Designs by Denise. Hers is kind of similar, but mine is totally different. But yeah, she gave me the idea to put this together. So if you want to see how I made this cute mirror, stay tuned. So the mirror that I'm using is one of these 5-inch mirrors that you get from the Dollar Tree. It's in the section with like the hair bows and the hair supplies. It's over there. I know most people use the 9-inch rounds, but I couldn't find them. So I figured this would be more versatile just in case you might not be able to find them in your store as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this painter's tape and I'm going to go ahead and cover the surface of the mirror. That way when it's time for us to spray paint, none of the paint gets on the mirror itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover the top of the mirror with the tape. Everything that I'm using is from the Dollar Tree. The only thing that isn't is my spray paint and like my glue and adhesive. Everything else is from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so I have my mirror covered with the painter's tape. What I'm going to do now is just take a razor and just go around the edges and just get all of that, like the extra tape that's around the border, because, we need that to be clean for when we spray paint. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just take off all of that excess tape. So to make the ring portion of our wall mirror, I'm going to be using some of these shower curtain hooks. I used about 4 packs of these. I actually thought I was going to need a lot more, so I bought more. So if you see more on the table, I didn't actually use all of the packs that I bought. I bought like 12, but I only wound up using 4. So yeah, I'm going ahead and taking the hooks out the packaging, and we're gonna start constructing this super cool wall mirror. So for our first layer of the rings, I'm going to be using my E6000 glue as well as some glue from the hot glue gun. I didn't use the E6000 for all rings, but I did for the first layer because I just wanted to be extra secure, onto the mirror part itself. So this first layer, I'm going to be using the E6000 as well. Okay, so we're going to flip the mirror over. For the first row of rings, we're going to have the mirror upside down. We're going to go ahead and attach the hot glue in the E6000 to the closure side. And we're going to fix the closure side to the outer ring of the mirror. And then we're going to just work our way around. So to make my structure a little bit more stable, I'm adding a little bit of glue to the inside part of the ring right there where the two rings meet. And I do that all the way around, so wherever they touch, not just on the top, but where they touch on the sides as well, add a little bit of glue right there just to make it a little stronger. So when you get to the part where you position the last ring, you might have to force it in just a little bit, but it will fit. So with a little bit of pressure, it will get in there. Don't worry, it's a perfect fit. There aren't any gaps at all. They all fit perfect. So after we do our first row of rings, we're going to go ahead and flip the design over. I'm just going to pull some of the loose threads from the glue gun, and we're going to start working on the second layer. So for the second layer, where we put it inside of the crevice of the two above it, I found it easier to put the closure face down. It's just a better fit. So that's how I'm doing this second row. So now for the next design element, I'm going to go ahead and take rings and I'm going to place them on top of where the rings intersect above it. So I'm just going to take rings and just glue them down right there where the other rings meet each other. So this is how it's supposed to look when you're done affixing all of the rings. You could definitely make it as big as you want. You could do more layers. It's totally up to you if you are going to try to do this project, and I hope you do. Be sure to tag me on Instagram, Snapchat, send me some pictures because I want to see how yours come out. So now we're going to work on the spoon section of the mirror. Yeah, I know you're like plastic spoons, but girl, wait till you see how this turns out. It's gonna be so cute. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna you're gonna practically pretty much snap the handles off the spoons. You just want the rounded part of the spoons. So right here I'm just going to start picking off, you know, all of the loose that's the strings from the glue gun that you're seeing there. So I'm gonna just pull those off. And yeah, that's after I sat there and snapped all of those handles off those spoons, honey. I used about a pack and a half. Those are the 48 pack spoons. I use a pack and a half. And yeah, let's start putting on these spoons on here. Look at all those the rounds of the spoons. Yeah, I had to sit there and snap all the handles off those spoons, and I'm saving them. I'm gonna do something with them spoon handles now. I ain't throwing them away. So I guess be on the lookout to see what I do with the handles for the spoons. But yeah, let's start attaching the spoons. So what you want to do is you want to flip the round over with the point where the handle was attached, that like skinny point, and you want to try to tuck that under the edge of the round above it with a little bit of glue. So you're gonna have it attached with the glue on the points where it meets, like at the bottom of the circle and right there on top of the handle, and you're gonna attach that part where the handle is attached under the round of the circle above it. So it's gonna be nice and secure when you do it that way. So try to put the glue on all 3 points of the spoon. So what I'm doing here is I'm going around the perimeter, and I'm just making sure that all of the spoons are attached properly, especially at the top, because as you can see there, they sometimes fall down. So when the glue gets a little more tackier after it dries a little bit, it's easier just to stick it back up. So now I'm attaching another layer of the spoon rounds, and we're going to create that like feathered look. We're going to do 3 rows of this in all. So this is the second layer, and we're going to go all the way around and do a 3rd layer after we're done with this one. So on this 3rd layer, the final layer of the spoons, we're going to make sure the pointy side is attached to the edge of the mirror, the lip of it. Just for added security, put some glue up there too, and just affix it to under the round of the mirror. Okay, so we got all the spoons on. Here's a close-up of how yours should look, or rather how mine's look. And we're going to go ahead and let this dry for a couple of hours just to make sure that glue sets and everything is nice and firm and sturdy. So we're going to let this dry for a little while. Okay, so it's a couple of hours later. The glue is nice and dry. As you can see, I'm pulling up on it. Nothing is moving. Everything is set. Super good. You know, and I'm just trying to, you know, get all those loose pieces of you know, the glue strings and pieces of dust or whatever. I'm just trying to clean this up a little bit. So that's what I'm doing there. Now it's time to spray paint. Yeah, I'm using this Krylon metallic silver spray paint, and that's what's going to be the silver on our mirror. I love this one. It's super sparkly and it's beautiful. So I took my project outside, I put it on a bag, and I'm just putting on a nice good layer of the spray paint. I'm making sure I get all of the spoons, the rings under. I'm getting the round of the mirror, the border, and I'm just putting on a nice even coat. Make sure everything is covered in the silver metallic spray paint. You can do a couple of layers. I wound up doing 2. This is how it looked after 2 nice even layers. It looks absolutely beautiful. I love it. I'm very happy with this spray paint. It's nice and sparkly, especially in the light, and I love it. It's beautiful. Look at that. Don't worry about the little spots, like where you see the little pieces of maybe glue and all that. In our next step, we're going to cover all of that up. You're not going to see anything, and it's going to be beautiful. So now I'm going to remove the painter's tape from the surface of the mirror. It looks like I had a little bit of gapping on a few of the edges, or a little bit of the tape was stuck to the round. So what I did was I went back and I just touched it up right there where you see that the spray paint didn't adhere to the border. So I just touched that up, and yeah, it came out pretty cute. So after I touched up the edges of the mirror, as you can see, you don't see any of the pink spots. I'm going to go ahead and affix the glitter that we're going to use with some Mod Podge. This is the glossy Mod Podge, not the matte ones. That's what we're going to use as the glue for the glitter. I'm going to use this sponge tip brush right here. And here is my glitter. I'm using a mix of this chunky glitter that I got from Michael's. This is actually another thing that I forgot that isn't from Dollar Tree. My glitter isn't from there. This was actually only $2 at Michael's, or maybe it was like $1.50. It was super cheap. I'm using that, and I'm gonna mix the chunky glitter with this fine glitter that I have here. The fine glitter is from Michael's also. It was $2. So I'm gonna have like different dimensions of the sparkle, because you guys know I'm all about the sparkle. I love glitter. I live for glitter. I love it. I can't get enough of it. And yeah, so these 2 different textures of the glitter is just gonna create that nice 3D dimensional effect to the mirror, and it's just gonna be beautiful. Did I just say 3D dimensional? You guys, glitter gets me excited. I just love it. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and use my sponge tip brush, and I'm going to put down a thin, well, not super thin, because you want it to stick good and dry well. So I'm going to put a nice layer of the Mod Podge on there, and then I'm pretty much going to just sprinkle a nice heaping amount of the glitter on top. You know how glitter is. You just pour a lot and you shake the rest off. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just applying the Mod Podge, and then I'm going to put the glitter. I'm going to work in sections. I'm not going to do the whole thing with Mod Podge and then glitter the whole thing. I'm just going to work in sections. So I'm not putting the glitter on in like any specific like order or design. Pretty much, to be honest, I'm just putting the glitter where I can see, like, if maybe I have some fingerprints or I see clumps of glue or anything like that. And I love the way it came out because it looks just so much more abstract, and it's just beautiful. So if you don't have imperfections like I did, put it on. Just try to do it randomly. I promise you, it comes out so much more beautiful when you just do it randomly and abstract. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pretty much covering up my mistakes with beautifulness. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm just going no particular order all the way around. Put some Mod Podge, put some glitter, and yeah, just make my way all the way around. Okay, you guys, so here's my mirror after I finish glittering it up, the spoon part. Now we're gonna work on that rim right there around the mirror, the frame of the mirror. At first I was gonna use this trim right here that I got from the Dollar Tree, but I wasn't really feeling how it was looking. So what I did was I used some Mod Podge, and I used the same glitter that I used on the spoons, and I put that around the frame of the mirror, and it came back beautifully. I'm glad that I went that way. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now here is my mirror after I shook the glitter off and I cleaned the mirror, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I took the suction cups off because they don't stick to the wall, so I fixed it with a nail just to a couple of the rings on the top, and it hanged beautifully, and I love it. Here is how my mirror looks hanging up on my wall. It's absolutely beautiful. I hope you guys try this out. My first DIY, many more to come. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Oh, and don't forget to do you, boo. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.